Oh, this is such a good one. It's so sweet. I'll be right back. I gotta eat this. Aloha friends, and welcome to Eating Richly, where we cook mostly healthy, affordable, family-friendly recipes rich in nutrition and flavor. I'm Diana Johnson, and today we are diving into dragon fruit. Is dragon fruit a superfood, a hippie fad, or the coolest fruit you didn't know you were missing out on? I'm here to help you explore this crazy looking fruit and to share a super simple recipe for dragon fruit soft serve. So like this video, subscribe, click that bell so you get notifications when we post a new video, and let's go. Before we jump into things, I want to apologize for not uploading a video in the last few weeks. This is not one of those YouTube apology videos, but I am sorry. I did want to create content. I had some ideas I was working on, but with all of the turmoil going on in our country, my heart just wasn't in it. So I focused on trying to understand perspectives that are different than my own and to figure out how I and my family could be a part of positive change. It's been hard and wonderful, and I feel like I'm finally in a place where I can continue that while also starting to produce new content. So thank you for sticking with me, and let's jump into it for real now. A couple of years ago, I saw dragon fruit in the grocery store, and I was immediately transported back to Hawaii, where I grew up and lived until I was 25. At Punahou, a private school on Oahu, there is a dragon fruit hedge probably a quarter of a mile long, all on top of a lava rock wall. I actually lived near Punahou for a time, and I walked past that hedge on a regular basis without even realizing that it was planted in 1836. I remember so many times that I would walk by and just take in the amazing scent of the white and yellow flowers that would hang down closed during the day and then open beautifully during the night. Early summer, so right about now in June, is typically when the flowering starts, and then the fruit formation starts soon after that. Also, local legend has it that all of the dragon fruit plants that have the fruit with the pink skin outside and white flesh inside are actually propagated from that very first dragon fruit plant outside Punahou. Anyway, I was so excited to see the dragon fruits and to bring some home to share with the family. Then I decided that it would be really fun to photograph them and write a whole blog post devoted to dragon fruit. And that brings us to today. At the beginning of this month, we got a big bump of traffic with 600 or more people a day suddenly visiting our dragon fruit post. I guess because dragon fruit season is starting, people just want to know more about it. So you can visit the post by clicking the link here in the corner or in the description below. But I also wanted to make a video to share this beautiful fruit with you, our YouTube family. First of all, dragon fruit is a tropical type fruit that is thought to be native to southern Mexico and parts of Central America. But its growing region has spread, and it's really become a special favorite in parts of Southeast Asia where it is a staple fruit. Dragon fruit can also be called pitaya, strawberry pear, and a whole bunch of other technical scientific names that I'm not going to try and pronounce. The dragon fruit plant itself is a cactus, but a tropical type cactus, needing rich organic soil and more frequent watering. While dragon fruits can technically be grown from the seeds inside the fruit, it's a lot easier to grow them from cuttings of a dragon fruit plant. I found out that you can even order the cuttings on Amazon. I haven't tried growing it myself yet because I don't have the greenest thumb. But from my research, it seems that the plant can survive a variety of temperatures, but needs to be grown in a container if you're in an area that isn't warm year-round. It's also a climbing plant, so you need something sturdy for it to attach to. Alright, enough about the plant, let's talk about the fruit. There are three main types of dragon fruit. Two of them are bright pink, almost red on the outside, and one is yellow. Inside, the fruit can be white or that same color of bright pink red, and all three varieties are dotted with tiny black seeds throughout, similar to a kiwi. But how does dragon fruit taste? Regardless of the variety, the texture is similar to other tropical fruit like mango or papaya, except for the slight crunch of those teeny tiny seeds. Oh, this is such a good one. It's so sweet. I would say that the flavor is kind of a cross between a pear and a kiwi. This one has just the slightest hint of Hawaiian papaya thrown in. I say Hawaiian because Hawaiian papaya is very different from Mexican papaya. It's been a long time since I've tasted a yellow dragon fruit, but I remember it being so mild that there really wasn't that much of a flavor. Also, the seeds in the yellow dragon fruit are usually bigger, so if you have a choice, go with the pink-skinned ones. For choosing your dragon fruit in a grocery store or at the farmer's market, just know that the bigger and riper and pinker the fruit, the more pronounced the flavor is likely to be. And dragon fruit only ripens slightly after being picked, so you really want one with lots of red in it and just small amounts of yellow and green on the scales. You can usually find dragon fruit any time of year in US grocery stores, but their official season in the US is summer to fall. Also, they're often pretty pricey in a regular grocery store. For us, it's about $6 to $8 each, but I have found them a lot cheaper in Asian grocery stores where there's more of a demand. I know these dragon scales might be a little confusing, but look for a fruit with a smooth skin and a relatively even coloring. When dragon fruit starts to over-ripen, there tends to be a splotchiness that develops on the skin, so if you find ones with really uneven coloring on the red parts, pass them by. You should have just a slight give if you press a little with your fingers or thumb. This is not a squeeze. Don't freak out, we aren't bruising it, just very gentle pressure. It should feel firm with the slightest give and never mushy. If you're not eating your dragon fruit as soon as you get home, you can keep it on your counter for a few days. If you need to store it longer than that, just put it in a plastic bag in your fridge. I'm not a huge fan of plastic myself, and while the plastic bag might seem unusual, the mild fruit really absorbs other flavors easily. So to keep it from getting funky, go with the bag. When you're ready to eat it, there are a few different ways that you can cut the dragon fruit. The nice thing is there's no giant pit inside like you get with a mango or an avocado, so you can just slice right through the middle of the fruit. In Hawaii, I would usually just slice the fruit in half to make two bowls, basically, and then eat the fruit right out of the skin with a spoon. But you can also run your spoon around the inside of the skin and scoop the entire chunk of flesh out of the dragon fruit skin. Then you can slice that into cubes, chunks, slices, whatever you want. If you want to decorate something with the dragon fruit and you have the white fleshed variety, cutting it into circles gives a really amazing look, and it is stunning on a fruit tray. Once you've had a chance to taste dragon fruit all on its own, there are a lot of fun ways that you can play with it. Not only can you get fresh dragon fruit, but you can also buy frozen dragon fruit and even dragon fruit powder, which is a really fun way to naturally dye foods that bright pink. If you're looking for a variety of dragon fruit recipes, I've got a link here in the corner and in the description below to a roundup of dragon fruit recipes on eatingrichly.com. There's smoothie bowls, fruit salads, cocktails, chia pudding, and more. For this video, I'm going to show you a fun way that the kids and I like to eat dragon fruit, and that is by turning it into a soft serve ice cream. So let's get cooking, although this doesn't actually require cooking. Because whether you're cooking with someone, or for yourself, cooking time is connecting time. First up, you need to freeze the flesh of the dragon fruit. So go ahead and get it out of the skin and cut it into slices or chunks. Then spread it out on a big plate or a cookie sheet and pop it in the freezer until it's frozen solid. This will take at least a couple hours. Now at this point, if you have one of those handy dandy frozen fruit soft serve makers, you can totally use that. My mom has one, it's so cool. I don't, so we're going a different route. Add the frozen chunks of one dragon fruit to a high-powered blender with a quarter cup of the milk of your choice. If you want a full-fat dairy-type ice cream, you can use cream or lighten it up with whole milk. We go for a healthier non-dairy route and use almond milk. Begin blending, adding more milk about a teaspoon at a time until you're able to get it nice and creamy. You really want to go sparingly on the milk so that this stays nice and thick instead of turning into a smoothie. If you have a Blendtec Twist-It jar like I do, or a Vitamix with the plunger thingy, you can get away with using even less milk. And while you can definitely spoon this dragon fruit soft serve into any bowl, we like to eat ours out of nature's bowls, aka the dragon fruit skins. So good. It's light, refreshing, and perfect for summer. So let us know in the comments below if you've tried dragon fruit before and what your favorite way is to eat it. We love to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click that bell so you get notified each week when we post a new video. Now I know I normally close out the video with silly bloopers, but I thought for this video I would show you some of our footage from last summer when kids tried to guess what the dragon fruit was because they didn't remember having it the summer before. We also had footage of Arden eating his very first food, which was dragon fruit. Side note, this was before we learned that he had swallowing and aspiration issues and needed a feeding tube. And remember, whether it is in the comments with me or out in the world, you can be real and be kind. Here's our video on avocados and how to preserve them, and here is whichever video YouTube thinks you want to watch. I'm super curious what it'll be, and I'll see you in the next video. What is it?
A pink pear. Pink pineapple. Tastes juicy like oranges.
It's hard to learn to eat. He's not sure what to do.